Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here watching some Jujutsu Kaisen. We got a comment here today, so Theta, what do people got to say?
Oh, yeah, it's Alex V9 from Hidden Inventory 3. Clarifications, no spoilers.
Yeah.
1. These are general applications slash techniques of sorcery slash jujitsu that you should never forget. These have already been shown in the anime, but were only fully explained in the manga. Shikigami. They are beasts slash familiars manifested from the cursed energy of the sorcerer through an intermediary, usually talismans.
Uh-huh.
Barriers. These are used in different ways that vary in difficulty of use. These are simple domain. The a small barrier is used to hide, contain, or deny entry to other people within that space. By using it, you can also neutralize the guaranteed hit attack of a sorcerer's domain by using this barrier as a shield. Veil slash curtain. These are huge, simple barriers with a spherical shell shell that conceal jujutsu activity from non-sorcerers and forest cursed spirits. Sorry, for some reason when I'm reading stuff out, my own words don't make sense to me. I just
You
said
just
the
gotta
word.
power through it.
Well, you ever done that thing where you say a word multiple times in a row and it doesn't make sense anymore?
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel like I've said the word cursed so many times it just felt like a weird, like my tongue was just doing a thing on its own.
Yeah.
Veil slash curtain. These are huge, simple barriers with a spherical shell that conceal Jujutsu Damn it. That conceal Jujutsu activity from non-sorcerers and force cursed spirits to reveal themselves within the specified space. The caster can impose entry or exit rules for people, sorcerers, spirits, etc., as we saw in episode 18.
Hmm.
Domain amplification envelops the user's body in a thin veil of their own domain and automatically nullifies any curse techniques that they come in contact with. A caster cannot use domain amplification and his innate techniques at the same time. This is only available to those who have a domain expansion and understand it, which I guess implies that you could have a domain expansion and not understand how it works.
Definitely applies to all the cursed spirits, occasionally applies to a sorcerer or two.
Domain expansion. An innate domain that manifests using cursed energy within a barrier imbued with the user's innate technique. Expanding one's domain improves one's abilities and ensures that all techniques employed within the barrier hit their target. In exchange for consuming a large amount of cursed energy and disabling the user's use of the innate cursed technique for a short period of time, this is one of the most complicated forms of a barrier, having a great sense of self being a requirement to manifest the mindscape.
A great sense of self-being. Let's put a big pin on that one, I guess.
I guess have to have a big ego to
Yeah.
impose your will on others. Only 7 characters shown so far are capable of this technique, of which 4 are special grade cursed spirits:
Yeah.
Satoru Gojo, Ryumin Sukuna, Megumi Fushiguro, incomplete parentheses they put here, Mahito, Jogo, Hamani, and the octopus, name not yet revealed. Side note, there is a form of domain expansion that lacks some of the essential principles, such as guaranteed hit or barrier rules, called incomplete domain.
Okay. So anytime anyone says incomplete, we can go, okay, it doesn't have the full rule set. Makes sense.
There are other forms of barriers, but these have not yet been shown. Also, the next one, this probably you should probably made that one the last one since it's so because now here's another one in addition to the
One more thing.
reversed cursed technique. It was already mentioned in the previous season, episode 5. This is one of the most complex applications of cursed energy, just as complex as domain expansion. transforming it into positive energy, as in mathematics, negative times negative equals positive, easier said than done. Achieving it allows the healing of the body, from closing wounds to recovering lost limbs, including the ability to heal others, as Yuta did with Maki and Inumaki in the film. However, the degree of healing depends on the amount of energy and mastery of the technique. The innate knowledge of this technique also allows the sorcerer to use an inverted form of his innate cursed technique. Example, Gojo's blue is the normal, negative application of his technique, and red
Hmm.
is the inverted, positive application of his technique. Only 4 characters shown up to this point are capable of this technique: Satoru Gojo, Ryumin Sakuna, Shoko Iri, the Doctor, and Yuta Okatsu. Side
Right.
note,
So pretty rare.
cursed spirits do not use this technique to heal themselves. They heal themselves through cursed slash negative energy.
All right. So unlikely that a cursed spirit pops up and says, "I'm using positive energy now."
So I'm now noticing a mistake that's made. That was point 1. Now we go to point 3. There was no point 2. The person Gojo was referring to when he talks about the reverse technique is Shoko Iri, his classmate and the current school doctor, who can also use the reverse curse technique, to whom he asked for explanations of the technique, but he still did not understand. Because she did not, because she did it out of instinct and not out of knowledge. That's why she didn't explain it well.
That's fair. There's also the fact that like you can have something explained to you and you just don't get it until you do it, right? Sometimes you need a literal feel for a thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
4. Last point. Sorcerers and curse users are the same. They are only called curse users because they use their curse techniques for personal gain and not for the support of society.
Yeah, fair distinction. That's fine. And I think that sounds like it's it then, huh?
It's literally what I said, the last one.
All right. So yeah, lot of information there. I think I've retained at least like 50% of that just watching, but it's a good thing I got the other 50.
Well, it's, again, to the point of me reading and to the suffrage of anybody else who had to listen,
Mm-hmm.
is at some point, you say these words multiple times and you just like realize to yourself, this is just nonsense.
Words
Some,
are made up, and it's all a game that we play.
well, no,
You saw the truth.
no, it's like doing physics, right? Doing
Uh
physics
huh.
homework on a made up fantasy world. At some point, you realize to yourself, none of this means anything. And you realize you've been bleeding out of your eyes for the last 5 minutes, and, you're that guy from the opening of Event Horizon. You've pulled your eyeballs out of your head and have warned everybody not to approach.
You have seen too much knowledge. So I guess with that, let's go ahead and go over what happened last time real quick. Where last time was the evening festival, where the fight between Mahito and Mekamaru continues. A few days later, on October 31st, 2018, an unknown curtain is cast over Shibuya. The people trapped inside repeat only one thing: bring Satoru Gojo. So I think last time we spent a good bit of time talking about the fight, Mahito versus Mekamaru, the twists and turns, the tragedy and stuff. Very well done. Um, but we are now on the Shibuya incident arc. We've put everybody into place. They're ready to go inside, and Gojo is on scene in the bubble on request. The stuff in the bubble is still kind of confusing. People have been vacuumed up, other people have no idea what's going on, and some apparently know that Gojo is needed, and they go ahead and ask for him by demand. So a lot of things are weird, and they're going to add up, I think, as they just throw stuff out at us. What's on your mind right now, Theta?
I don't think that they would tell us all these timings unless they were important. And I'm really
Yeah,
hoping that we haven't missed something like they showed us a timing that happened early and
yeah.
to indicate where somebody was. and then they show us a later time to indicate where the things are happening, and that we might be going back and forth because this also seems like the kind of show that would not be showing us a time in linearity, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
might be showing us a thing that's happening now, but then keep jumping backwards, and I'm hoping we're just not like missing that.
Yeah, I think they gave it the premise for that, so I don't think they've done it to us yet. But like maybe in the next episode or two, they would like start doing that and say like, "Aha! 5 minutes ago, I was doing this."
Because I mean, to be fair, this is the show where
Hmm.
season one was completely linear, and then the movie was a backwards jump in time, and then we
Yeah,
went to season two, which was also a backwards jump in time, and then forwards again, and
we
then
have no idea what to expect. I think at this point.
we went to a scene which was both in the present but also a flashback. So
Yeah.
this is the show that would
So,
do it to us.
so Theta, I think there's one thing that's on my mind right here, and it is the nature of the secret world. This is secret world media to some extent, right? There is a bunch of weird magical stuff adjacent to society. Nobody else seems to know about it, but it's doing its own thing. That's a pretty common narrative trope and a pretty common setup,
I mean,
right?
the government knows about it.
Yeah, so the human government here knows about it. That's like the bare minimum, right? Someone in authority is aware this is happening, and it's okay as long as they do their thing. This is a big incident, and there's no way the entire world doesn't hear hundreds of thousands of people just disappeared at one of the most popular places in one of the most popular events and one of the largest cities on the planet. The secret world is shattered already. Nothing can bring this back, right?
Well, the problem is shows like this don't tend to cover
Uh-huh.
is the concept of like live streaming.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, they've already covered that the veil blocks communication, but
Right.
what
Everyone
about
there can't necessarily
what
do
about people
it.
on the outside?
Yeah. What if someone is like on the other side of the veil, does some videotaping, or like they're live streaming, step into the veil, and then they cut off suddenly? Anyone watching that, like even like 10 people would be like, that shit's going on YouTube.
Well, no, I mean, what if it was like
That's a clip.
one of those shitty asshole people, right? The those guys that go to Japan and just like live stream themselves on the streets, just saying like the names of cities that we've nuked out loud at people until somebody picks a fight with them. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is a thing.
That
And
is the dumbest, most asshole thing I could think of.
well, there's a lot of people over there that do that. That's why they don't like tourists over there anymore. But
Who likes tourists
that's a
anyway?
thing that's really going on. And what happens when a dome goes down near one of those people? You don't think that
Oh
they're
yeah.
gonna stop recording because oh, I shouldn't record people's misery. Meanwhile, screaming the names of horrible war crimes we've committed against countries.
Hmm. Yeah, there's no way anyone anywhere, if they had a chance, would not spread this information. So I'm wondering how like maybe the setting will react to this or like what they'll do, or they'll say like nobody who see it survived, which is a possibility here.
This isn't Symphogear. This isn't
It's not
Symphogear
simple
where
gear,
you
but
sign an NDA with the government. Remember, this is a
yeah.
place where a certain percentage of people can just see cursed spirits. I don't think it's as much of a secret world as you're making it out to be.
I mean, I'm just kind of putting the thought out into the air of, I wonder how this will change things, which maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe you'll see like common people in the street going, like, I bet you're cursed now.
I mean, we're not even on the level of, like, say, Harry Potter, right? Where,
Uh-huh.
like, oh, those muggles, we don't go into the human world and do this kind of stuff. This is
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
like you have a random chance to be able to see this shit.
Hmm.
If you do, we'll try and find you and we'll bring you to the school. Otherwise, just like the girls that were looking at the thing coming down,
Hmm.
they just fucking noticed it. It's like,
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen here has a lot of benefits as compared to like other hidden media things where it's like it's not like an entire society is trying to live apart from normal society. It's like Yuji like went to go see a movie and go shopping and meet his like high school friend like last episode, right? they're living normal lives. They have a job nobody knows about. The job is secret. The stuff happening around the job is secret. But they're still basically normal people. Too normal.
I don't think it's a secret either. Like literally, they have to interact with people all the time.
How do they get calls for this kind of stuff is also a question that comes up, but shrug on that.
I don't think it's anywhere near as secret as you're making it out to be. Like
Right,
literally,
I can only
Yuji
throw out my supposition right
had
now.
to get transferred from one school to another. Like
Mhm.
literally, that's not even government level anymore. That's just everyday administration.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the school could be on the books and just no one else has gone there. That's fine. That's a very ordinary bureaucratic secret world kind of stuff right there. But I think that's my thoughts on the secret world and how things are going to go. So, Theta, do you have any other thoughts you want to go on before we get
You
started?
started with me. What are you doing?
I'm tossing the ball back at you, and then you're letting it hit your face. So in that case, let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can go ahead and follow us over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
Click the link down below. Join the Discord. Say nice things.
Basement 3? Hardboard robot, let's go.
こりゃひどい。この下を中心に外と同じ一般秘術師を閉じ込める帳が降りてるのか。
Okay, so ghetto.
Double layers.
ほい、失礼。ほいっと。
Freddy Krueger wearing a yellow hat.
He can do whatever he wants, so.
なんとなく狙いは分かったかな。乗ってやるよ。
I mean, it seems like you've created a drain to get rid of all the non-sorcerers.
だからそれをしに今から渋谷に行くんだよ。
World's smallest simp.
返せ。
I guess.
姉様にバックアップをさせるなんて五条悟贅沢な男ですね。
彼をその辺の男と同レベルで考えてはいけないよ。
姉様だって
The worst haircut for a runny nose.
違います。
ああ、ういうい。お前はほんとういやつ。
また思ってもないことを。姉様がめでているのは家族で
The
はなく
vibes here aren't
家族とい
perfect.
う雇用関係でしょ。
よくわかっているじゃないか。
I mean, it's exactly what I
好
said.
きだよ。
I was worried that they were related, but they're not, obviously.
はい、めいめい。へえ。虎杖君、行き先変更だ。
え？
明治神
So you're
宮
looking at me? I can't tell.
渋谷と同様の
I can't fucking tell.
私たちはそち
You
ら
really shouldn't have done your ponytail in front of your face.
走るよ。
It feels like one of those stupid tricks of like, if I keep my hair like this, they'll never tell which way I'm looking.
I think that might actually be it.
Like I'm wearing my red clothes so you can't tell when I get stabbed.
準備バッチリってわけだ。
Don't prepare to be stabbed. Prepare not to be stabbed is my
I'm
advice.
wearing my brown pants today.
これで負けたら言い訳できないよ。
貴様こそ初めての言い訳は考えてきたか。
Well, one of those is the older brother that we only saw once.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get more now. But no, I like
No, I
his
mean-
lines. Like it.
We only saw him once playing like a card game when his other 3 brothers died. So
Yeah.
we've never seen him do anything.
The one Captain Reserve because he's way cooler.
Well, no, he's the
Oh, that's
older
a trope.
brother. Stop fight.
You know that scene is coming up, isn't it?
It might never. Well, I don't know. We've seen the subway tunnel there where Gojo was literally. It was in the
Yep.
intro, so maybe. then Mahito isn't there during the fight, so he could possibly entirely be running through a subway train.
Part of what's on my mind is that this is going to be a Gojo themed episode entirely, and I'm pretty ready for it. But also, he's also all powerful, right? There's got to be a twist in here, and I'm not going to see it coming.
Well, he seems to be on the level of Sukuna, and Sukuna makes an appearance in the opening too.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff that could go down here.
Although Sukuna's not at full power either, though, so I don't know.
Sukuna just likes hanging out on his couch, honestly.
What does it mean that he's not at full power, though? He hasn't gotten all the
地
fingers.
下鉄の駅全体を覆う一般人を閉じ込める帳。その内側、地下5階のホームを中心に術師を入れない帳が降りています。2つの帳の間にこれらの帳を下ろしている呪霊か呪詛師がいます。
間？中心のホームじゃなくて？
おそらくですが、自分も外に出るデメリットを抱えて結界強度を上げているのだと思います。すでに2名の補助監督がやられています。それから帳の間に
Casually mentioned 2 people are dead and we haven't even seen them.
できないのですが。
構わないよ。言ってごらん。
Melon.
帳の間に改造された人間がいます。
It's almost like one guy ran through a subway train slapping people.
Yeah. That's okay. Crow's fine with this.
Remember with my Mai. It's in the opening, Griff. Pay attention to the opening. She has like a scythe thing, and then the crows fly out from around her.
何してんの？急がねえと。
姉様は今カラスたちと視覚を共有しています。
Crow vision.
Just like Odin.
別にいいよ。喋っても。
いいって。
もう姉様ったら。
大体わかった。虎杖君、弱い改造人間をたくさん殺すのと強い呪霊を1体払うの、どっちがいい？
I would take all the weak ones. I'm not getting killed today.
I don't know. Yuji's been going over the I don't want to kill people vibe, so.
ここの駅地下ね。改造人間がうろついて一般人を襲っているのが地下4階。一般人はほとんど地下5階のホームにいると思う。
思う？
私が使ったカラスは呪力を帯びているからね。
Don't you mean were?
No, they seem fine, no.
They had the perfect opportunity to pull a Donkey Kong here. Which we obviously know was ghetto. By which I mean the person ghetto, not that his actions were ghetto.
That is an unfortunate word choice that is now going to haunt this whole series for us.
どうかな。継ぎはぎ顔を確認する前にカラスがやられてしまったからね。だが改造人間がいるということはそういうことなんだろう。戦力を分けるのはどうかと思ったが、ぐずぐずしていては地下4階の一般人が全滅する。私たちは地下4階直通の7番出口から降りて一般人を救出する。やばくなったら君も
This all stands in stark contrast to the Mekamaru fight, which just happened.
Yeah, and this is like a lot of planning and like making sure we get through this okay. It's like get these objectives. You don't get more straight to it than a Gundam fight.
俺はもう負けないから。
おう？何見てんだよ。お前、呪術
Yeah, we got some problems saying that too, man. I feel you.
術師だろなあ俺は賢いんだ
継ぎはぎ顔の呪霊が来てるだろう。どこにいる？
次
So I'm waiting for it to say something human.
顔に縫い目のあるやつのことだ。
Like to indicate who it might have been before they got turned or something.
俺は賢いマヒとはした
Not that we would know them, just, you know.
帳を守ってるんだ
真人。順平もそう呼んでたよな。いや今は名前なんてどうでもいい。
結界術は難しいからね。強くてもできないやつは結構いるよ。僕は両方できるけどね。
こいつが帳を2枚も。なんだかな。
マヒとの呪術は良くない。
あいつ。
Another one of those nails.
守ってるって言ってたな。
Yeah, he's figuring it out.
あれがかなり怪しい。とりあえずぶっ壊す。
知ってるか形を変えられた人間は味が落ちるんだ俺は賢いから違いがわかる
Yeah, he's a total jobber, figured.
I mean, there's two kinds of fights in these kind of shows, right? Ones where
Yeah.
you're being clever is what's needed, and others are just pure strength.
Oh, maybe he's actually...
さてはお前賢くないな俺が何の呪いか分かってないだろう
I don't know.
知っているか
Locust?
この世界は賢くないやつから死ぬんだ
Curse of Subway Funk.
あ？バッタの呪いだろ？
こいつ賢いぞ
So I guess that means I would have lost.
Oh, what were you betting on?
I said Locust.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking biblical curses, right? Oh, but it is Locust. I was
Same
right.
thing, it turns out.
And I was calling it right too. Biblical curse like a locust.
バッタの成虫は1日で自分の体重と同じだけの量を食べ、総量1トンのバッタの群れは1日で2500人分の食料を消費する。異様な咀嚼音は昼夜問わず響き渡り、群れの去った後の荒れ果てた大地とそれを覆うバッタが分泌した黒い粘液は平穏とは程遠い光景を描く。人々はその悪魔のような昆虫を恐れ憎み呪った。
I don't understand how that changes anything.
I think they're just trying to amp up, like, this thing is a threat, it's more serious than it looks, you know, because we've been goofing on him the whole time.
No, quite literally, the point they just made was it's a swarm of locusts that are the concern. This is just one guy. Now, if 2,000 more of this dude suddenly started pouring out of the depths of the subway, I'd be concerned.
Oh yeah, that'd be a real problem.
I mean, think about it, this guy doesn't even have a name. Not a lot of main characters. Not a lot of main characters get killed by unnamed monster.
Yeah, I don't think Yuji.
Not in a shonen anyway. Clever enough to be genre savvy, yeah.
Gosh, we're just going over the grasshopper and ant parable here.
Photo taught him.
手数勝負だ。2本腕対4本腕。
Seems to be working just fine.
Gotta love a good anime punch off. Oh, it's so weird having this happen in complete silence.
Yeah, someone needs to edit in meat slapping sounds.
人間より俺の方が優れている。なのになんで。なんで俺だけ殴られる。
Oh, love that shot.
One single guitar riff, please. That's all I ordered.
I want it to last 20 bars.
I said no purple stuff. I want Sunny D.
俺の方が賢い。
バッタは地中に産卵する。そのため腹部は伸縮し、先端が硬く、通常時の3倍近く伸ばすことができる。
Get egged.
俺の勝ち。
You know someone's jerking off to this.
小細工はあった。だがそれ以上に。
お前人を食ったんだ。覚悟はできてるよな。
小細工では埋まらない実力差が両者にはある。
There we go, the pump up UG fight.
姉様。はあ、帳が上がったね。虎杖君を待って地下5階に向かおう。
郊外がやられたか。腕のいい術師が来てるね。
Because he did have a name.
俺もやりたかったな。でも仕方ないよね。仕事だもん。
すごいね、虎杖君。
Right, like I assume he'd already done it.
正直な話、もう少し手こずると思っていたよ。君、もう十分一級レベルだよ。術式なしでここまでやるのは草壁以来じゃないかな。
継ぎはぎじゃなかった。もしあいつが相手ならこうはいかなかったよ。
姉様からの方より素直に受け取りなさい。
あざっす、光栄です。
遅かったかな。
おい、そこの人大丈夫か。他の人たちは。
We half and half? No, okay. I thought it was gonna be the thing. We turn and oh, it's monster on this side.
Nope, just the one traumatized dude that we leave there to amplify
そんな
tension.
ことしなくたって逃げないよ。僕が逃げたら、お前らここの人間全員殺すだろ。
To be fair, I think Volcano Man is all AoE. So, people are gonna be dying here no matter what.
逃げたらか。怪盗は。
五条悟が一番力を発揮するのはどんな時かわかるかい。
I'll get that he's having a happy time, right?
話せ。
それはね、一人の時だよ。
怪盗は。
I'll make you the least alone you've ever been. Thank you.
ああ、さっきの出口塞いだのは向こう側に人間がいるかわからなくするためのブラインドみたいなもんか。
どんな術師でも彼の前では基本足手まとい。だからそのさらに下の非術師で周囲を固める。
He totally won't accidentally kill someone, right?
Now imagine, remember back when we first saw Ghetto?
Yeah.
People just bursting into flames around him because
Yeah,
they couldn't see Volcano Guy.
Now this trifecta of stuff happening. Friendship punch, yeah.
術式反転の最低出力は順転のそれの2倍。非術師を
Oh, now we're doing math again.
ほぼ不可能だ。青も同様に有効な出力まで上げることはできないだろう。青を使った高速移動も難しいはず。
You know we're just saying all this shit to prove you wrong in a second, right?
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna show it's like, actually, I'm really good
こ
at
の状
this.
況では五条悟はただ守りに徹するしかない。
You thought it was a weakness, I just actually wasn't trying before.
The biggest possible threat output in his direction, and it's just still nothing.
Well, it's like, to be fair, I could just walk out of this too.
Yeah.
The real tragedy is all these people that were killed wearing Halloween costumes.
呪詛師と訓練だからそう来るか。
領域転延、新影流の簡易領域と同じだな。領域で自分を包む。必中効果
Oh, come on, I just read this.
確実に術式を中和してくる。
Read it again.
これなら僕にも攻撃は当たる。
奴の領域、無料空所はどうする？
無料空所の影響を受けないのは五条悟本人と彼が触れているものだけだろう。仮に彼に雑踏の中から君たちだけを領域内に閉じ込める技量があったとしても、かなりの数の非術師が無料空所と帳の間で圧死する。区割り区部、五条悟は領域を展開しない。
We all know percentage doesn't mean shit in anime.
大量の非術師を領域に入れたら、彼も諦めて領域を展開せざるを得ない。
You gotta keep the hostages around, otherwise they lose their value, right?
とにかく五条悟を集中させるんだ。呪霊攻略、非術師救出。
おい、立つんだ。ほら、しっかりしろ。大丈夫だ。ほら。
No, this guy can't see anything, can he?
Nope.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
逃げるなと言ったはずだぞ。こうでもせんとわからんか。
But still, all these other people have to be seeing people like falling over dead and bursting into flames.
It might be why literally anyone is panicking here.
この程度で僕に勝てると思ってる脳みそに驚いたって言ってんだよ。
最低でも20分は欲しい。その後は私と獄門教の出番。
Prison realm.
Their goal was to capture him.
Yeah, but they've said that a number of times already.
And now they're doing it. They put the plan into motion. They're an active group. They do what they say they're gonna do.
This has been their plan for a season and a half.
I know. It's great to see it actually happen. They're going to defeat the undefeatable person by putting him in a box.
Prison realm.
Prison box.
And
My
hardly
box,
we've reached the hold him for 20 minutes part of the plan.
Hang on until I respawn everyone.
No, that's what he just
gosh.
said. I'm gonna need you to distract him for 20 minutes, and then I can put him in the prison realm.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, this is
Seems
fun.
to
I like the setup that they've done here.
which seems to amount to the first guy's plan of I waited till you were really tired, and then I fought you.
Yeah, though at this point, I don't think you could do that again to Gojo. He can't get tired like that anymore.
Well, because that was before he had mastered his thing.
Yeah.
Seemed like you had a follow-up thought.
Sorry, I was distracted by the seagull there for a second. I was like, is that bird going backwards?
Is it a seagull or was it a condor?
It was a seagull.
強い強いだけ次回渋谷事変開門
こいつ金は持ってるよ。
もう冗談っすよ先生。
お前らマジなめんなよ
So we don't learn
Alright.
anything from these things anymore, do we?
No, it's just the main cast being goofy, that's all. Alright, but no, I like the setup that they've done here. They've explained every step of their plan. It doesn't seem like too crazy or relying on too many things. Like, usually, like, the media I like tends to be like someone with an overly complicated plan where everything has to go perfectly, and if anything fell out of line, it wouldn't have worked. Here, this is way simpler. This is like a reasonable plan.
What part of this is simple? This is already like step 5 of like a 12-step plan.
Alright, but like it doesn't require anybody to take highly specific actions or do very specific things. It's just like
What are you
he's
fucking
down
talking
here,
about?
He won't kill people.
We just got
him.
We just got a series of flashbacks to explain the very complicated series of things that you're gonna have to do.
Well, that just explaining the powers
and not do in order to make this work. You're gonna have to do this and challenge him in this way, while making sure to keep all of these people corralled to this very specific location, while at the same time not using these powers of yours because they will incite him to use these powers. So you have to make sure to do this but not that, while also keeping track of the time. What are you talking about? Not complicated series of procedures.
Ah, gosh, it's hard to like come up with like an example without like spoiling other series, unfortunately. But I'm just thinking the classic Zanato's Gambit or something.
No, Zanato's Gambit is, hey, I let you win 100 times so that you would get overconfident on the 101th time, and that's when I got you. Zanato's Gambit does not get explained.
Zanato's Gambit is like, whatever happens, I win.
Yeah, you plan for everything, and thus I don't have to explain my plans, because I just plan for everything, and that's all you need to know.
Like, okay, you've definitely seen Death Note, right? Right?
I've definitely seen the first episode of Death Note.
Damn it! I can't use one of the later examples of the first season, which is the craziest, stupidest shit, because you haven't seen it.
Unless it revolving around in your chair 360 degrees, and then boom, I've won. I have no idea.
Do you want to just hear it? You good?
Nope, I don't want spoilers. Okay. I might end up watching that show one day.
I swear, I'm gonna make you watch Death Note just because I want to see you react to it personally.
Get in line behind everybody who wants to force me to watch JoJo's. It's probably not going to happen.
Get out there, vote for Death Note for some reason. All right, but we are now at the start of the Gojo fight, the real start of it. That's what we're gonna get next episode, and I'm ready for it, Theta. Do you got any more thoughts on like other stuff happening that we're waiting to see?
I mean, I'd argue that this has been just a long Gojo fight. The whole thing.
I feel like it's been preamble. It's like warm up. Like you're watching DBZ, like they start fighting, they like do like a dozen blows, they get thrown into a mountain, they get up and go, yeah, that was good. That was a good warm up. I'm done stretching now.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you consider the warning shot to be the preamble to the actual fight?
Yeah, basically.
And the preamble, that's also part of the fight too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when they send somebody out to fight Gojo as the preamble to the main fight that's going to happen later, how far separated can the preamble be from the actual fight? How long a pause does there have to be before, when I shoot my bullet past your face, right? To go the whiz past your ear thing? Mm-hmm. How long of a conversation can we have before the fight starts where it becomes two different things?
It's definitely a play-by-ear thing at that point, though. Like, it's a little like asking, like, how many pieces of hay are in a pile of hay?
Right.
How many until they are a pile?
Right, so if I send somebody to attack you just to test your defenses as a preamble to the real fight, how long can we then wait before
I guess
the real fight starts, and we don't consider these two things to be related.
I guess the best thing I could say is that there are a lot of individual engagements, and not all of the engagements are the primary spectacle we're gonna see.
I'm saying that they're probably all related because they're all caused by
They are
one
definitely
person.
related. That's the point.
They're
It's
all
a whole battle.
Right. I'm saying they're all caused by one person. Say, I'm giving you the example of the warning shot, right? So what if happens if I shoot that warning shot? How long, right? Can it be a 1-minute conversation? Can it be a 10-minute conversation? What if I don't wait? What if I wait 5 years? What if?
Okay, no, I want to see that story. I want to see that story where someone's like, "You're dead," fires one warning shot, leaves for 5 years.
No,
I want to see that. I want to know how that goes.
No, you're already dead. I'm just saying. I sent a guy to kill you and attack you. That fight happened. That was my warning shot. Now what happens if we wait 12 years till you're, say, 28 years old and I finish the fight?
Gosh, you could just make an entire series based on that, huh? All right, but yeah, so we have the Gojo battle composed of its many individual engagements. We got the broader war, though. We've set up other characters. We haven't seen what they're up to yet. I don't know what purpose they're gonna play. There's nothing happening up top.
They're all in the intro.
They're all there. They all should be doing something. There's nothing for them to do yet. It is just down in the pit, Gojo versus everybody else. All right. So I think that's enough silliness out of me. I think that is a good place to go ahead and end it for right now. This has been Stoneface Reactions for everybody. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?